That's it. Then I hit return to transform my design, and now we've got an awesome design. What's up, beautiful people? Jay here from Jay's Way again, and today I'm going to show you how to make what I think is going to be a killer design for this Father's Day coming up. And why am I talking about Father's Day when we're not even through Q4 yet? It's because Father's Day is, if not bigger than Christmas, is a very close second when it comes to sales volume, at least in the first half of the year, right? So it's kind of like it hits that bump before you hit July, and it's a crazy, crazy time to be selling online. So the other thing with the Father's Day designs is that they're basically evergreen, right? If you don't actually put the word Father's Day in them and it's just something about how awesome dad is or is dad centric, those are evergreen as heck because dads have birthdays every day of the year, right? So that's honestly something that can just continue to keep selling. So that said, let's get right to it. So here we are in Etsy. I searched Papa Bear Nature Scene t-shirt. You've seen lots of bears with scenery in the background, some Papa Bear elements here, all kinds of things you've seen before, right? But we're going to do something that kind of combines all of that together, right? So let's just go with product and analytics here in EverBee to see what I'm talking about. So these are monthly sales. If we sort by that, these guys are doing with this Papa Bear design, it's pretty basic. It's cool. It's fun, but it's just a bear with Papa Bear in the sunglasses. These guys are doing 57 sales a month for a total revenue of about $1,800 a month. So that's real money, right? Like you do 3 or 4 of those designs that take off, you're now making, upwards of like $6,000 a month. So this is not to be ignored. And that's kind of an idea that I want to work off of, but we're going to do something a little bit better. And these are numbers for me that I think are too big to ignore. Anything that you see above like 30 or 40 a month, they're making money here. So that said, what I've done here is gone to Creative Fabrica, and I like Creative Fabrica because for $5.99 a month, if you pay for the year, which is like $59, almost $60, you can have unlimited downloads. And yes, they're good for personal, commercial, and print on demand use. So I've gone ahead and searched up bear graphic here. So this is the bear graphic I searched, and I've already downloaded this. And this is the watercolor scenery I've chosen of a forest with a lake overlooking mountains or with mountains in behind. So I've just upped this to the highest resolution possible and downloaded. And you can see here that I've got the bear, all the bears here, it all show up, and then this graphic here. So I'm just going to put all of these into Illustrator. So I'll drag and drop you. So I've opened my bear artwork here, and I'm just going to drag and drop this right onto the same artboard. There it is. This is how easy it has to be, folks. I don't play around with like the menus up here or whatever, unless absolutely necessary. Right? If there's otherwise, it's drag and drop for everything. So this is the bear I want to use. So I'm just going to move him over here, and then we can go ahead and delete the rest here. Although if you wanted to do some cool other effects, you can always use those. But for our intents and purposes today, I'm just going to delete that. And so I've got my bear, I've got the background. We're going to create something really cool here. I'm going to do Papa Bear, caps lock. I will just click and drag. And if you shift, click, and drag, it keeps it constrained, as opposed to if you don't hold shift down, it gets all wonky. And if you hold option, it proportionately drags it as if you're pulling both corners at the same time. So we'll do that. I want to make this a nice big bold font or something. Maybe we'll go with like a Futura condensed. Oh, that Papa kind of looks cool. It looks like it could be a little style of bear font here. So let's do that. Let's use that one. So we've got Papa and we've got our bear. So I want to make the bear a little bit bigger than that. We're going to overlap these two pieces, but I want to make sure that it's evident that it's Papa Bear. So maybe I'll just curve this a bit. Let's see how that looks. Just a little bit out. I think that looks okay. And now quite evidently that says Papa and Bear. So the first thing you want to do is Shift Command O to create outlines. And you can see here that it doesn't exactly follow the line of the effect we put on it. So we'll just go to Object, Expand Appearance. And now you can see that it's, fallen back into the exact lines where the actual artwork is. And you can see we've got our 2 different pieces here. All I'm going to do is shift click. So now we've selected both. You can see the bounding box here is now showing that both elements are in here. And what I'm going to do is join these into one item. So I'm going to go to Window, there's Pathfinder here. Click on that. So it opens up my Pathfinder window. And what we're going to do here is if you hover here, it says Unite. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to click on this here. And now you can see that it's created one item here that's all of this here. And we're going to create a compound path now, so you can't just select, individual pieces or anything like that. So we'll go to Object, Compound Path, and Make. And now it's its own design. So now this is where it gets cool. We can just drag and drop this over top. I'm just going to make this kind of fit, make sure that it fits in there. And then you select this and you shift click the background, and then Command 7 is make a mask. And boom, check that out. Look how awesome this looks already. And I'll just make a rectangle here, and we'll make it, close my character box here so we can see. I'll make it black, and then a shift command left close bracket is sent to back. So now if this was on a black shirt, look how cool this looks already. And if you're worried about not being able to see, the bear here, you can just click on the direct selection arrow and click anywhere in the mask, and we can move this around so it looks awesome. So that doesn't look great, right? So what we can do is move this over here so you can see the bear's face. And we're starting to lose some here. So then while it's selected, you just go over to this direct selection arrow here, and we can just drag outward, shift click to keep everything kind of constrained. And now you've got an awesome mountain scenery. And then I let go of that, and we can still move this around. That looks pretty awesome. And I think this is something that would sell possibly significant amount. That's a pretty sweet design, I think. So just click off it to deselect just the background, and now you can re-click on it, and now you've got the whole thing here. So then I'll just Command C to copy this, go over to Photoshop, and Command V in here like I do always, and then holding Option, I'll just click and drag so that it fills the space. It's a little too much, so I'll zoom out a little bit, and that looks like it fills the space there. Close enough. And then we can just drag these elements in, and they will snap. So it's kind of idiot proof. Just clicks to the edge of the image. And you can see here as I get closer, it just clicks. That's it. Then I hit return to transform my design, and now we've got an awesome design. This looks really, really cool. It'll look great on a black background. And now we can also do a Command U for saturation, and we can make the saturation less to give it more of that, grayed out effect. I think this looks really cool. Nothing too bright, because some dads don't love to be extra ultra colorful all the time. Not only that, this looks like a great fall color design too, but I digress. So we can desaturate this just a bit. It looks almost like a tea stain, watercolor here. I think that looks pretty sweet. And then I will Option Command S and save this as Papa Bear, maybe PB for Papa Bear -001. That way, if I create more than one Papa Bear design, the next one can be 002. And I'll put this stuff in my titles in Etsy also, just so that they populate when they do populate in Printify or something, when I can easily find my artwork that I'm looking for by looking at the Etsy order, right? It's not too hard to find or anything like that. So I'll always append my Etsy titles with like a 001, 002, whatever it is. And PB for me will just be a new section or a new folder called Papa Bear. So I'll go on my computer, and I will make this a PNG, and I will just click desktop. So we'll save it to my desktop. And now we've got our design saved, and you can always resaturate or kind of edit or flip the bear and things like that. But that's how easy it is to create a pretty sweet design. And that will create the item in Printify. So we'll check out this Everbee email thing first here. I'm using a different Etsy shop right now that I use for tutorials like this, but I just want to show you guys how easy this is. So in Q4 right now, we have arguably the most traffic you'll have in your shop all year. What you can do is create an email list, and it's so easy. It's 4 clicks. I'm not even kidding. You just go to campaigns here, turn them on, active, active, active. They're on by default. That's all you got to do. And when somebody orders something, they get an order confirmation. Thank you for choosing your shop name. You can input all that stuff. We're thrilled you're here. Subscribe. They're asking your customers to subscribe to your email list. So not only are you collecting all the emails from people in your shop in Q4, but this is going to set you up for your massive Father's Day campaign in 6 months from now. And that's when you want to be, sending out some email campaigns or whatever. You want to be doing that at least like, a month or two ahead of the big day, right? You can send out emails for big sales or anything like that. So the next one is a shipment confirmation. It's also very similar. Great news. Your order from Get Shipwrecked has been shipped. These are all transactional emails. These are legal and allowed. They do not violate Etsy's terms of service. Etsy says you can send out emails that are related to your purchase, and these are already automated emails. So you don't even have to worry about doing that. It's literally 4 clicks. If it's off, turn them on. Otherwise, by default in this shop, it was already on. I just clicked on here and they were on. So, there's delivery confirmation email, and then you can follow up. So the only other time you can email a customer about your order is if it's to follow up asking for a review. So it's the same kind of thing. Would you mind taking a few seconds to leave an honest review? Reviews mean the world to a small business like us. This is all editable too. You can click edit down here and edit any part of this, right? You'll input your shop name. Your opinion matters to us. We'd love to hear what you think. You can edit this stuff like you would at any ClickFunnels or Shopify templates or any of those web builder templates. You can set the delay for when you want to do that to whatever, 7 days if you want, so that you're not, peppering your customers too much. But we can save as draft. And that's it right there. I just wanted to make sure I touch on that because it's a perfect time to leverage your existing traffic right now for Father's Day. So I'll just go into Printify and we can go into catalog here, go into t-shirts. Again, this is one of the things that I love about what Printify's introduced this time is the express delivery. So it's pretty awesome. You could have it print, packaged, and shipped and sent to your customer in 2 to 3 business days. Sometimes, it's there on that second business day, which is incredible. I've tested this out a little bit. These are things I'm going to add to my birthday shop. It's kind of like an event-esque shop. So Father's Day, it just makes sense, right? So we can pick any one of these. I would stick with my usual, which is Monster Digital. I like using them because they do offer this express delivery. And if I hover here, you can see that it says express includes production and delivery within 2 to 3 business days for orders fulfilled in the US. So it's only good for the US at the moment, but it's including the production time. So this is like you place the order on a Monday. It could be in your customer's hands. Tuesday is the first business day. Wednesday is the second business day. It could be there Wednesday or Thursday. Like that is incredibly fast. It also helps to extend your Christmas delivery times over the Christmas holiday, or your Christmas cutoff times, I should say, because now you've kind of given yourself an extra week versus the normal 3 to 5 business day processing time. That's even just before it ships out, right? So that said, we just go into here, start designing, and go grab our artwork, drag and drop, and there you go. And it even looks good on white. I'll move this to the top here. It even actually looks like it could do a good job on white, but it wasn't intended for white. It was intended for black or what looks good. An olive always looks cool, or a military green, or a heather olive. These are all colors that I think kind of match the design, but still allow it to stand out. Dark heather gray is probably one of my highest selling shirts, that and black, followed closely by navy or heather navy. And it actually has some complementary colors here, but we'll keep it as navy for this one. It looks really good and crisp on that. So I've selected, a bunch of colors here. I'm just going to deselect the white. So I think it looks great on all these colors. Save that. So you can see all of the mock-ups here that you have to choose from, right? We've got our different colors here, olive, whatever you want to do. And then it changes all the models wearing that. We can add all of that and then publish to your Etsy shop if it's connected. In this case, I'm going to name it again, PB-001. That is what we named this artwork right here. You can see Papa Bear PB001. As long as I know it's 001, we are good to go. I save it as draft. That's just what I do. Now I've added this product to my catalog along with the red Christmas truck we did in the previous video that I'll link to here in case you want to learn how to do distressing on a design. But now I've got these two designs in here and they're ready to go. Anytime an order comes in, it'll be in my other orders tab because I don't personally push to Etsy from Printify. I create my listings in Etsy and then I only ever attach a piece of art to it or create the listing in Etsy if it actually sells. Just saves myself time that way. But that said, that's in there. That product is ready to go. So hope this made sense. Hope you found this easy. It's really, really simple. You saw how I made it all come together. But let me know in the description down below if you have any other tips on designing that you want to learn from me. Happy to walk you through it. Just show me an image or a link to something that, what you like or what you see that you think you want to emulate or try to do the same kind of effect. And I'll show you how to do it with Illustrator and Photoshop all day. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.